When a Roswell woman thought that she was tricked out of her beloved horse, she fought back in a true 21st century way.
That's right. She created a Facebook page, and as Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis returns to show us, that page ultimately led to criminal charges, with many others telling police that they're also victims.
That's right, Sinan Rush. Yeah, it's hard to imagine how word of Fallon Blackwood could have spread as fast as it did without social media and a nonprofit called Net Posse. Horse owners tell police the scam goes back years, but it took one determined owner to finally make a difference.
Fallon Blackwood's ride to the Macon County, Alabama courthouse did not require saddles or stirrups, just handcuffs. She waived extradition and is headed to North Carolina to face allegations she fooled a man into giving up 2 of his horses without revealing her true intentions.
In this situation, it's just unfortunate because the horses didn't deserve that. You know, they were thinking that these horses were put out to pasture to just live the remainder of their lives, and then to find out that they have been slaughtered, that's just a bad thing.
She's not an isolated incident, is she?
No, she's not. There's many others out there like her.
But none of this may have happened if it hadn't been for a desperate Roswell horse owner who decided to use social media as her sword for truth.
We thought they were going to a wonderful forever home, and it was just the opposite.
Lindsay told police a woman who claimed to be a vet school student tricked her into thinking she could use Willie as a companion for her personal barrel horse in Alabama. Fallon Blackwood signed this handwritten contract saying she had to give back Willie if she could no longer care for him. We checked. The address listed for Fallon does not exist. According to Lindsay's police report, Fallon kept promising she'd send pictures of Willie in his new home, but none came.
If you can text me, how hard is it to send a picture?
When Fallon stopped taking her calls, Lindsay created this Facebook page, Finding Willie. Eventually, dozens of other horse owners across the Southeast came forward to say they'd been tricked too. But someone else noticed the Finding Willie page, Fallon Blackwood, urging her to take the page down. Lindsay recorded the call.
You did this to yourself. You dug your own grave.
I know that. And I'm trying my best to make this right. I just don't want my school life to be messed up.
School life. As it turns out, Fallon Blackwood did tell the truth about something. She's a third-year student at Tuskegee University School of Veterinary Medicine.
What you did was deceptive, it was evil, and...
It was completely wrong.
According to her complaint to police, Lindsay says Fallon admitted selling Willie to someone else in Alabama. That man told Lindsay he sold Willie to a woman named Heather White for her children to ride. Odd, since Willie was lame and had other serious medical issues that originally led Lindsay to look for a better retirement pasture. Heather White eventually calls Lindsay, who's desperate for information.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to work something out. I can buy him back.
But then Lindsay gets suspicious.
Is this Fallon?
No. This is Heather.
According to Lindsay's report to police, I am 100% confident it was Fallon Blackwood. Whoever was on the other end never called back.
Every report that has come in, when I see her name affiliated with it, I just get nauseous.
Before the Finding Willie page went up, a nonprofit group that tracks horse theft had only one complaint about Fallon. Since then, netposse.com has collected 28 reports involving 47 horses from across the Southeast, many urging their local police departments to file charges too.
There's so many individuals that have had the same story told to them, and she doesn't have the horses.
According to reports, the owners told police that they feared their horses wound up in auction houses like this one here in Attala, Alabama, just a few miles from Fallon's house. Horses here are sold to the highest bidder, and in some cases, sold to eventually be slaughtered.
We saw several horses penned up in the back. The auction house closed to the public on this day.
Are you turning in?
A truck driver pulled up. He told me to take a load of horses to Louisiana. But when he saw us outside the gates, he eventually drove away empty. Did Willie and all the other missing horses go through this auction house? It was recently sold. Our calls to the new owners went unanswered. People like Lindsay may be happy to see Fallon Blackwood in trouble, but they'd trade it all to see their horses safe again.
He was a really special horse. Not a mean bone in his body.
It's not clear what Blackwood's status is at Tuskegee right now. The school issued a statement last week saying it was cooperating with law enforcement, but did not address whether Blackwood was still listed as a third-year student of veterinary medicine.
Well, your heart really goes out to the owners, how distraught they are. Is the implication that Fallon Blackwood used the name of Tuskegee to sort of help in this scam?
Well, I listened to a recording that another owner made of her conversation with Fallon, and on it, Fallon said that her horses had died in a lightning strike, and that's why she couldn't take pictures of those horses. And the owner said, well, who treated these horses? And Fallon said, the doctors at Tuskegee University. So that was the first evidence I've heard that she used the name Tuskegee as part of the scam.
Wow, this just keeps unfolding and unraveling. Thanks so much, Randy.
Okay.